What up, what up? Nyonyxx here. You just heard in the intro part my rendition of Joe Garston's The Promise, the saw chords, and the melodic bass line. I tried to recreate Joe's synth work as best I could. His synth work is one of my favorites of all producers out there. He has some really good shit. So if you ever stumble across this Joe, you're awesome. His synths sound a lot more crisp and saw-y-er than mine do, but I try my best to recreate it. And as always, you can download this preset and about 50 others in this big Sylenth preset pack on my Facebook page, with well over 100 massive presets on my Facebook page. So go check those out as well. And my YouTube channel, sub to that if you would like. There's tons of videos, well over 100, on how to make that sound type of stuff. But I will go ahead and go over this sound real quick for you. And for those of you following along, my knobs are going to be slightly different than your knobs, so I will read out each individual macro to you. Alright, you want to start with, this is going to be for the chords, not the bass part. You want the polyphony at 5, and you want the octave at, this is on filter A side, at +3. You want to have the volume at, I have it about 9.43. You're going to have fine tune is 0. Inverse 0, you want to have it on the noise wave. That's important there. There's a lot of noise in the synth that he uses. It sounds really good. I couldn't find a good way to recreate that. Maybe somebody else out there has a better way to do it. The phase is at 78.86. The detune is at 0. Your voice is going to be at 1. Mine says 2, but yours will be at 1. So put yours at 1. Mine's a little bit off. Stereo 10, pan 0, retrig on. For the amp envelopes, you want attack at 0, decay at 6.03. Your sustain is going to be a 3.33, ooh, and your release is going to be a 3.51. Over on this oscillator section, you want your octave at -1, note 0, no fine tuning, no inverse, and a excuse me, I believe that was a saw wave. I believe that was a saw wave before I changed it, so hopefully I can double check that. But yeah, saw wave at 15 voices on mine, or 8 voices max voice on yours. Volume full, phase is going to be 197.194. Detune is going to be 2.14. Stereo at 10, pan at 0, retrig on. I have the master down a bunch because it was peaking, so 2.18 on that. Then you want to go down here and put the portamento at 3.33. Ooh, again, and you want to have it on on slide mode. No LFO2, no LFO1, no mod envelopes. Your filter section over here is going to be at the cutoff at 17.27 hertz, resonance at 1.86, and your key track at 2.19 with that warm drive on. For the filter A section, you want to have input select AB routed, input select AB, and you want to have a routed through a low pass at 24 dB. You want the drive to be at 8.67, resonance is going to be a 5.43, and that cutoff is going to be all the way to the very top, and that's number if you want to copy it, but all the way up there. Let's flip over to the back side here. You have oscillator, on this oscillator over here, 0, 0, nothing here. Another saw wave at 8 voice. Full volume, you want the detune at 75.43. You want you want that phase at 75.43. That detune is actually going to be at 0, with that stereo at 10 and pan at 0. For this amp envelope section, you want attack at 0, decay at 4.66, sustain at 7.99, release at, oops, sorry, I think that was 2.57. Again, these aren't exact numbers you have to follow, but just a general ballpark will help. This oscillator, -1. Another sine wave. Voice is going to be at an 8 max, retrig on. Volume max, phase at 133.71. Detune at, I think it was at 1.24, somewhere around there, 1.24. Stereo at 10, pan at 0. Okay, that about does it for those. Oops, filter B section. I apologize if I didn't go over that. You want BA at input select is BA with a high pass filter on this, coming through 12 dB. The drive is a 3.76. Resonance is a 2.52 with the cutoff at 44.61. Now you flip it back to this side. I'll just scroll through these real fast because we're getting near the end here. This is your compression settings. These are your reverb settings. Again, adjust these accordingly, and you won't be making the exact sound anyways, most likely, so you don't need to follow them verbatim. There's your delay, EQ, a little bit of chorus, a little bit of phaser, and some distort. That about does it for those saw chords on Joe's tune, The Promise. Lovely tune, Joe. And make sure you check out my channel with the other videos, the other how-tos. There's tons of them with over 150 free presets to download on my Facebook page if you're so inclined to go find them. Alright, cool guys. Thanks. If you have any questions, hit me up. Peace.